and good morning. Once again, welcome back to the Vape Rooms. It is a Magic Monday, and that does mean, yes, it is a fresh start to the week, but it does also mean, but not restock day today, because that happened yesterday. It is the aftermath of restock day. So, we do have a lot of new bits in. So, if you've been keeping up with the Instagram feed and the old Facebook page, then you will know that we've got a plentiful restock on all your favourite e-liquids in today, as well as a few odd bits of kit as well. So, as a prime example, the iJoy Katana kits are back in stock. A brilliant sub-ohm kit, especially for those who are looking to get into sub-ohm for the first time. Not a bad bit of kit there, not a bad bit of kit. We do also have the returning Vupu Vinci X's as well as the standards. The standards do have a new colour in, but I will keep that a little bit of a surprise for now. But, well, actually no I won't, because I will be displaying it. I didn't realise I picked up the new colour. But, yes, all your lovely start kits like the Vinci's, the Vinci X's, so on and so forth, have been restocked, as well as some new additives in the juice line as well. But today, primarily, what I'm talking about today is, if you've got a bit of bang for your buck, to say the least, then what can you get to sort of start yourself up, especially around the time of New Year, because literally the New Year practically starts tomorrow. So, we're entering a new decade. So, do you know what? I'm actually going to get into the whole new decade thing. We'll put that to one side for a second, but if you think about it, like, I'm just going off on a complete tangent here, but if you think about it realistically, 2 decades, 20 years, it's a long time. Like, I was born in 96 myself, so I'm coming up to 24 soon, and it's strange to believe I was alive for the new millennium, and I'm still here for 2 decades. Practically 24 years. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of time when you think about it. But then in the same breath, it's not that long. It's not that long. Life expectancy wise, I've got like another 60 odd years. So, strangely enough, it's not that long. It's not that long, but it feels like practically an eternity. But nonetheless, we are entering a new decade. A bit exciting. It's a bit exciting. But yeah, I digress on that. I'll save the New Year's Eve talk and the New Year's Day talk for when that arrives, which will probably be tomorrow. But nonetheless, if you've got bang for your buck, what starter kits can you get for that price? Well, we'll start off on the cheaper side of things. So, let's say, I don't know, you've got both, say, 40 to work with. Well, if you come into the Garston store today, or the West Derby store, obviously I'm in the Garston store because you are watching this video on the Garston page. I'd be really shocked if you were watching West Derby's on Garston's. But nonetheless, I'm here at Garston today, and we do have Supersarge himself, Big Man Chris, in our West Derby store to help you with any of your vaping needs on the northern side of Merseyside. But yes, as always, yes, West Derby's in that direction. But, so let's say you've got over £40. What can a starter kit for over £40 get you? Well, it can get you something like this. One of the many few that we do have for a similar price range. But, just going to show you a few examples, and this is one of them. The Slipstream Coolfire Mini. Now, spec about this thing, obviously very small comparing it to most kits nowadays, especially for something a bit more traditionally sized, so like for your bigger sub-ohm stuff. It's about roughly the size you're going for. It's actually smaller than just the mod itself. So, got a decent form factor to it. Battery life wise, I do believe this is a 1300 mAh battery as far as memory serves me. I used to use one of these when I was going through the progression of kits and, you know, just getting into sub-ohm, so on and so forth. And this was one that I actually used quite a while back and served me very well. So 1300 mAh battery capacity, capable up to 40 watts maximum, and the tank with it is the Innokin Slipstream, which can host up to 40 watt coils as well. So if you do wish to vape at that maximum 40 watt mark, doable. But very sort of ergonomic, just by the shape of the mod. It kind of bulges out at the top to house a decently sized tank, but then tapers down a little bit towards the end where your fire button is, and it does feel quite comfortable in the hand because of the curvature here. Your knuckles just sort of slide in, and obviously I've got giant hands, so I can't quite get my little finger around it, but using the rest of the three fingers, very comfortable, very comfortable. But that is a starter kit that can certainly give you a bit of bang for your buck. Another one would be the ever popular Vupu Vinci. Now, there are two different versions of this, and I will get into the X version a little bit later on, but Vupu Vinci, lovely bit of kit. Now, this is an all-in-one system, so, well, I call it a pod AIO. So, essentially, you've got a pod, which is representation of your tank, but does take replaceable coils. Now, this thing is, yet again, another 40 watt maximum, and with the coils provided, it can reach up to that 40 watt maximum capability. A bit more on the stick side of things, but very small, yet again. Comparing it to something a bit more traditionally sized. About the same size as my mod, not including the tank. So, still pretty small. USB port is at the bottom, same old rigmarole with all that stuff. And the brand new colour might be a little bit hard to see, but this one's got a bit of a yellow, purpley and blue thing going on there as well. And another one for about the same price is the Snowwolf A-Thing. Now, this thing is amazing. Yet again, another AIO pod-esque system. So your tank is in the representation of a pod. Your coils, just pull out the bottom like so, pop a new coil in, plop that back on. Juice fills up on the pod, pop it all back in. But the differences between this and the rest are, this is 18650 powered. So not only is the battery life sort of a bit questionable because you can get different types of batteries, but very long lasting. So as an example, you could go for a 3000 mAh battery capacity, you could go for 3500, you could go for 2500, and so on and so forth. There are a lot of different options on batteries. But on the highest point of the budget, let's say you've got over 50, Vinci X then becomes a lovely option towards yourself. So, what's the difference between the normal Vinci and the Vinci X? Well, Vinci X is practically the same thing, except for single 18650 powered. It's a little bit wider, a smidgen a bit taller just to house that battery, and 70 watts instead of 40. So, a bit more of a power spike there. And unfortunately, at the present moment, they don't have coils that can reach that 70 watt mark just yet. They are in the proceeds of releasing such, as well as a rebuildable section for those rebuilders out there, much like myself. But you'll be glad to know that every single starter kit that was shown there can take 3 base liquids, much like your 7030 VG heavy liquids, all the top quality stuff, but also salt nicotines as well. And I do recommend either one. They're both equally as good. But that's pretty much it from me today, guys. Hopefully you all are having a wonderful day. Hopefully it is filled with a lot of joy, a lot of positivity, a lot of warmth as well, because it is a little bit chilly up there today. And hopefully I'm seeing you soon. But if not, all well and good. But if I am, until then, I will see you soon.